What's going on, America? I am Grim Allen, and welcome to the newest episode of Real America. Now, I know that this is a repeated phrase that we say over and over and over again, but the world has legitimately lost its mind.
You want to see crazy? I'll show you crazy. You think the game?
Also, I may be showing my age here, but does anybody remember Jeff Foxworthy and his comedic genius that was this bit?
If you think in sync is where your dirty dishes are, you might be a redneck. If you take your dog for a walk and you both use the tree at the corner, you might be a redneck.
I'm definitely showing my age, but the fact remains the same that these are classic comedic bits. So, with all the craziness going on in the world in regards of lockdowns, dictators, and things like that, we thought we'd play a fun game of You Might Be a Dictator. If you think locking people in their homes pretty much against their will, not allowing them to go to work is a good idea.
In Chicago, where the mayor has issued a stay-at-home advisory urging residents to avoid non-essential travel and to cancel traditional Thanksgiving plans.
You might be a dictator.
This next meeting could run a little bit deadly.
If you think that small business owners should not be allowed to open said business because it could spread the virus.
This man, a gym member, surrounded by a crowd of supporters, was placed in handcuffs and taken into custody.
You might be a dictator.
A new power is rising.
If you think arresting a mother for simply taking her child to a playground to play is an arrestable offense.
As a mom was arrested in a playground closed due to the pandemic.
You might be a dictator. If you think dads having quality time with their children by kicking a ball around is also an arrestable offense.
Apparently arresting a dad for throwing a ball to his daughter.
You might be a dictator. If you think exercise should be against the law, especially if you're doing it on a beach alone by yourself, you might be a dictator. If you think removing black people from a bus is a good idea in general, you might be a dictator. If you think using our police officers as a means to spy on Americans in their own homes to see how many people they have inside,
He's got binoculars and he's looking at everybody.
you might be a dictator. If you think guns are bad, but violence, burning down buildings, and stealing pairs of Jordans are good, you might be a dictator.
Hello, Satan.
If you think it's okay for BLM to gather and or people to literally burn down their cities because the LA Lakers won a championship, but you can't go to church,
3 Christians were arrested and 5 were cited by police for not wearing masks or social distancing.
you might be a dictator. If you believe that families should not be able to gather together to give thanks on Thanksgiving, the day that we're supposed to be thankful for what we have, hence the word Thanksgiving.
Quarantine for 14 days before you go. Get tested and know the result before you travel. And third, host people outdoors at Thanksgiving. But remember, avoiding the gathering altogether is the very safest bet.
You might be a dictator.
I have you now.
Now, to end out this list, we thought that we would show the worst of them all. I'm talking this dude is gross. This dude is nasty. If you ask certain people in California, he could be the devil himself. This man is by far the worst offender in the realm of dictatorship. Literally, Californians have been locked down since February. However, rules for thee, but not for me, Gavin Newsom decided that it was completely okay for him to break his own laws and standards to go to a birthday party. Again, he has locked entire citizens down for 10 months. But don't worry, he apologized.
You can quibble about the guidelines, et cetera, but the spirit of what I'm preaching all the time was contradicted, and I got to own that. And so I want to apologize to you because I need to preach and practice.
I love how he keeps saying practice what he preaches. It's ironic he talks about preaching it all because apparently going to church in California is against the law.
Y'all need to shut that church down!
God forbid you sing praises to the Lord Almighty because the coronavirus apparently hates Christians.
All right, man.
This guy doesn't want you to be with your families on the holidays. He doesn't want you to leave your house. He doesn't want you to be able to sustain your business or go to work. He doesn't want you to be able to work out, which has proven to improve mental and physical health in realms of fighting off viruses. But I digress. All the while, he's going to parties on which he says has only happened 3 times. You've only been caught 3 times, you lying piece of This is a Christian show, and I apologize. That's all we have for this episode of Real America. We hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to check us out on Facebook and YouTube. And as always, I'm Graham Allen, and for those who can't, I'll say it for you. What's up, guys? Graham Allen here. If you liked the video you just watched, be sure to subscribe to the official Turning Point USA channel to keep up with everything we've got going on now.